So the phone. All right, so my phone was giving a problem. So I'm on my computer live. So the first link is not correct. So I'm trying to get the new link out because somebody's messaged me saying the link is not correct. My phone freeze. Good afternoon. Present Diane, present Peter Gay. Yeah, the first link not working because all of a sudden my phone freeze. I know the link that I sent out, teacher me there. I was to the link I'm send out. People are trying to go on that link, but it's not working. So if you can share this link, please do that. And then if you can send this link to my WhatsApp, so I can put it on my status because the first link not working. So that's what I wait for, and then we can start. If you can send me the link and share the new link, please, and thanks. Guys, share the link. Cause see, my phone still a spin. All of a sudden it frees 6 o'clock. So that's why that link stop work. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about global teaching partners. I see quite a few people were interested in that program, and so we're gonna look at it today. We're gonna talk about their requirements and also, hello everyone. Hey Rachel, hope I say it correctly. And also what people who have been on the program has to say about the program. Because I know when you guys go on the program website, it's different from what actual people seeing or experiencing. Thanks, Diane. I want actual people experiencing. So let me put this back so that the people can join, because the first one was not correct, so I need to correct that. And then we can begin. Good evening, Lisa. Yeah, so we're talking about global. This is what I was supposed to talk about global on Friday. Something came up and I could not do that live, but I did promise to make up today. Good evening, Nadine. So we're going to talk about global teaching partners. Now, this program is located in North Carolina. And what I learned, this is what I heard from somebody who's on the program, is that it's a fairly new program. Maybe their fifth or their sixth year, unlike some of the programs we look at before, like TPG and Participate, who has been around for quite some time. Global teaching partners, according to somebody who's on the program, say the program is fairly new. Still trying to get this link on this 1 minute. But the requirements, what are the requirements for global teaching partners is similar to what we already been talking about, but I've taken down something that is different. I've not seen this with any other program, and I'll talk at the end about what the person I spoke to said about the program. Somebody who is in, hey Carol, somebody who is in, or should I say somebody who's on the program and has experienced both EPI and both EPI and global teaching partners. All right, so that is that. So, Global Teaching Partners is designated by the Department of State in the US, and they are approved by North Carolina Education Department and also by South Carolina Education Department, meaning they can sponsor teachers for these two states, North Carolina and South Carolina. Guys, share the video and also remember to give the video a thumbs up. All right, so they can send you either North or South Carolina. And also with Global Teaching Partners, they call their international teachers academic and cultural exchange teachers, ACE. They shorten it and just say ACE. All right. Um, what they say is that they aid their international teachers in settling down in their areas, and they support them throughout the cultural transition. Because your culture from whichever country you're coming from is different from wherever you're going to be placed. I know in South Carolina, if you're not a country girl or a country boy and you come to certain areas in South or North Carolina, you might just be homesick because it's totally different from what you're used to. But if you're from the country, then you might adapt quicker. So what they do is that they support their teachers in transitioning from home to their new school district, and they also stay in contact with them. And the person I spoke to did say that yes, they have a support system where they send out emails and check on us to see if we're okay and things like that. So what is it that you need to apply to Global? You need a bachelor's. You need a bachelor's degree. You cannot be a US resident, which we already know, and your English should be fluent. If English is not your first language, then you should at least can speak and understand English. You need 2 years of teaching experience, and you definitely need a driver's license in North and South Carolina. I know some areas in North and South Carolina, there's public transportation, not where I live. There's no public transportation, so you definitely need a car. You need your own transportation. So they recommend you need a driver's license for that. They also recommend an email address, and also this is one thing I did not see with the other programs. They want to make sure you have a valid Google Plus account, or what they call it is Hangout. I don't know anybody if you use Hangout on Google. You have to have that or a Skype ID to um, you know, be a part of their program. All right. So what is their selection process? There's first you have to do your online application. And after the online application, they're gonna screen to see if you're qualified, and then there's gonna be a telephone interview. A next screening process basically to see, your fluency in English and your teaching styles. They want to hear about you, your intent. And what I'm learning also that sometimes when they're screening us, they want to see what our intent is when we come in the United States. Is it that our intent is to migrate to stay here, or we want to go back home? Because remember, the J1 visa, it is mandated that you go back home for 2 years, unless you apply for your waiver. So they need to see that you don't want to stay here in the United States because it's a J1 visa. You're going to be sponsored. All right. After that telephone interview, then you are to submit your required documents. And then if you're accepted, you are given a notification of acceptance. Once you get that, then there's consideration for you to teach. I did a telephone interview already. Awesome. Yes. Yes. So did they mention that they're coming to Jamaica if you're in Jamaica, Peter Gay? Because what I learned is that they go to Jamaica to do their in-person interview. I'm not sure if they're still going to do in-person interview since COVID, the pandemic. So you can put that also in the chat box if they mention anything about doing. Yes, congratulations, Peter. Again, if they mention anything about in-person interview, but the person I spoke with said yes, they did in-person interview, and here's how their in-person interview went. People from Global came down along with personnel from the school district. So, for example, Example, I work with global, then I take the school districts, maybe one or two person from the school districts who are interested in hiring teachers. No, it's two phone interview, right? Right. So in the past, I guess because of corona that has changed. But in the past, what she said happened was that the global teaching partners people came along with school personnel, and they went to a hotel and they had to meet with those people from the school district, and then she had to teach a lesson and do an interview with them in person. So that's what happened in the past. Because of corona and the pandemic, things has changed. But if everything should settle, that's what it's going to be in the future, I'm assuming. All right. So once you are being considered to teach in the US, then I guess they send your file out to different school districts, and then you might get a position, or should I say a job offer. I know with some programs you get more than one. They said that it might be another online or in person. Yes, because she did say they did. Yeah, Corona. So they did say they did in-person interview. All right. So let's talk about first and experience from people who are on the program, how they feel about the program. All right. So good training. I mean, training is provided, like we mentioned with other programs. Once they get here, they are being trained. They have an orientation where they basically share with them. I did 2 Zoom interview. Good. So Lisa, you're already here, or you're still waiting to hear from them? They said, yeah. Are you here already, or they say, or you're still waiting to see if you're gonna move to the next steps? You can put that in the chat box. But congratulations, guys, you're doing well. All right, so they do train you, and there's some orientation, get you ready for your school district, assist you with some of the things that they know is going to be required of you. You're going to do a cultural piece that we talk about, that you do yearly, to share your culture with the school district. So they do that. Also, they have workers with Global that visit you in your schools and communicate with you and make sure that you're doing well, or if you need help with something, they try to help you in whatever way that they can. So that's a plus when you go on a program. You want to know that there's some form of support system, and it's not just hire me, get me to the United States, get your piece, and then just leave me alone. Waiting to hear from them. They're in the process of sending out my report. That's good. Congratulations, Lisa. Hope to hear that you're here in the next school year. Awesome. But still remember, I'm telling you already, don't put an egg in a one basket. Not saying you're not going to get through. I'm confident that you are going to get through, but still remember to put your eggs in more than one basket. At the end of the day, you want to have options and can choose which one you'd like to go. And it might be a different program in a state that you would prefer to go over the program that only maybe limited to one or two states, right? So throw your eggs out in a more than one basket. Them can't no say apply to different programs unless you tell them. All right. So they have a mentor program. So for example, if Lisa should come here in August, somebody who's already in the program might be assigned to her. They call them liaison officers. And they're basically going to assist you with, like, getting around, renting somewhere, or, things like that. So they have those mentors, and they do pay the liaison officers, just like TPG. I know TPG pays their people $250. I'm not sure how much Global pays, but they have that. They have a monthly newsletter that they send out, keeping you up to date as to what is happening in the program. And they also have a WhatsApp group for people who are on the program. So I guess no, don't stop. Don't stop at all, driver. You have to continue going. Say me I got root for faces, for faces is my program. Don't stop, continue. Please don't stop. I would advise, this is my advice. I can give it, you don't have to take it. But I would advise you to apply for at least 2 programs at least two. So if one don't come through, the next one might work out. So that is my advice. So do that if you wish. That is. All right. So the WhatsApp group is for people who are on the program, and I guess you can talk to other people who are on the program and share ideas or whatever people know and want to get information on. Maybe the older folks who are on the program before, the younger ones just coming on, can help them and stuff like that. So it's good to have that open communication where everybody's in the group and can communicate. I agree. Steph, don't. Yeah, definitely, Carol. Yes. So the application process, as somebody had said, some of the programs, their application is so hard to complete. What I'm learning is that the application process is not hard, and the people who already applied, like Lisa and Peter Gear, you maybe can say something about that. The application process is not hard. It's not no nothing for upload, and you're not getting through and stuff like that. So yeah, they're also saying they're not intimidating. Some programs, and we're not here to call any program names or bash any program. We're just sharing information with each which with each other about our experiences. But some programs are really intimidating, and they try to like rule with an iron fist and tell the international teachers what to do and what not to do. What they're saying is with global, it's nothing like this. They are not intimidating. They really show that they care for their teachers. They correspond with the teachers by sending emails and encouraging them to stay safe, and allowing them to share what is happening with them so they can, step in if they need to step in. So I felt good when I heard that, because you want to make sure you're on a program that you feel at home. Faces did that for me. With Faces, I felt like I was with a family. When I first came for the orientation with Faces, and we basically stayed at a hotel in Colombia, and everybody else from the different social application was very simple. See, very simple. And we met in the we stayed at the hotel, and then the program sponsors, everybody, I mean, from the head to the people who assisted us with cars, to the people who are taking us to get our social security for, and those who are helping us with the workshop. Everybody made us feel, and I can't talk for myself, but I know other people said the same thing. They made us feel so comfortable and made us feel apart, like we know them people here from a long time, like our family them. So you want to know that when you come with a program, it's not nobody a rule over your life. It's like people who are really care for you and want to see you succeed, and is like a family to you, and you can reach out to them. Our program sponsors, which was Faces, we could send them or call them, email anytime. It doesn't matter. Once there was an issue and wanted to reach out to them, we reach out to them, and they always respond. So I got that feeling when I heard that, yes, they were caring. Global teaching partners, they really care for their teachers, and they really want to make sure everybody is doing good. They have this yearly function. I think it's called Collaboration Around the World. Please don't quote me on that. But what that does, participate, is good too. Glad to hear that. Similar to what Diane said with Participate, where they have the big function where everybody go on a dance and eat and whatever. They have that too, where all the teachers come together. COVID stuff allow them now to be online, but they come together, have their little activities and get to know each other. So that is good. Um, Final things. What I'm hearing, the person was comparing programs, and they were saying, compared to other programs, its Global Teaching Partners was like 10 times better. It was 10 times better. And I spoke to more than one person, and more than one person. And I don't know if people know this. Did you know that if you're on a teaching program and you finish your 3 years or you finish your 5 years, you can always go on a different program? I don't know if people knew that. So for example, you spend 3 years on a program and you're finished. You don't want to stay after the 3 years, and you go home. You can come back on a different program. I know some programs will take you back too, because I know Faces did that. You had people who are coming on the program for a second time around. So I spoke to people who have been on more than one programs, and people were comparing like, oh, I went on two program, and this I would say is a better program out of that program. Okay, so Global Teaching Partners got good review, say they are good, and that they would recommend them anytime. Yes, the new kid on the block. So they would recommend them anytime. And especially when you're new, they're going to be more caring, more, lenient towards the teachers, because they're basically new in the game and they want to make sure more teachers come. So they're going to treat you good. So, yeah, that's what they said. They would recommend Global any day, and they're really good. So that is my take on that. I don't know if anybody else have anything to ask, or you'd like to say anything. I can stay on for a little while if there's questions. I know people have been asking questions, especially on Teach Savannah. Somebody asked me today, I wasn't sure what she was asking, but she was saying she has a diploma in teaching, and Teach Savannah said that she cannot go on the program. But I know I keep repeating, they all have their pros and their cons. Do your research. Always go to do your research. Yes, do your research and find people who have been on the program and ask them their feedback about the program. And that's why when I come on, I try to talk to people. I know people personally who are on most of the programs. And then if I don't know people personally, I find a way to find people who are on the program to get information, so that the information I'm giving you is coming from people who are basically experiencing these programs. Because when we look on the internet and we see them, it doesn't mean we know everything about them. The person on the other end of the telephone interview was so friendly, and yes, they are going to be friendly and nice. Yes. So I keep saying all the programs require a first degree. All the programs require a first degree. I cannot recall me saying a diploma in teaching was acceptable, especially if I teach Savannah. And I know somebody commented today that they reached out to Teach Savannah almost all the program. Yes, they reached out to Teach Savannah and they said they could not get on the program. And she was asking me, but I am saying, remember, I keep saying you need a first degree, at least a first degree. She mentioned that she has a diploma in teaching. And then when I say you need a degree, she said that she does have a degree, but it's still so confusing. Chit chat questions. Are all these programs favorable to new teachers who just left college? Just left college, you definitely need at least 2 years experience. So when you say just leave college, do you mean fresh out of college? It's going to be difficult because they're looking for teachers with experience and at least 2 years experience. If anybody else want to join, answer to chit chat, anybody else have any other response, if you know anybody with any other experience, you can let them know. I did talk about a program earlier this week that take you without experience, but with that program you have to pay to go on the program. I think it was Alliance Abroad. So there are programs who will take you without experience, but so far seeing those are the ones you have to pay to go on. But all the teaching programs that I've touched on this week that are free, most of the time free, you only pay like a visa application fee and stuff, you need at least 2 years teaching experience. And so a teacher with more experience will have the edge fresh out of college, but working as a teacher, they want to know that you have 2 years experience after you finish your first degree. That's my understanding. At least 2 years after you've completed your first degree. But that's a good question. Yeah, they want to know that. All of them ask for that. As I said, you have some that don't, but you have to pay to go on those programs. So, any other questions, guys? This week every day I have to run go home, so I couldn't stay for any question, but I can stay for our questions today. So if you have any questions, you can put those there in the chat box. And right now, guys, since you're on, good and give the video a thumbs up. And if you had not shared it, please remember to share. Also, if you have another program you'd like to hear about, I'm not going to be on every day this week, but I'll try to be on at least 2 days. So if you'd like to hear about it, yes, working as a teacher. Yeah, they want to know that after you finish studying, you have 2 years experience. The experience will count, especially with Teach Savannah. You can try Teach Savannah because Teach Savannah said experience teaching, and it doesn't have to be a teaching degree. So you still can try Teach Savannah. But I know with the programs, and as I was saying earlier this way, these programs give yearly? No, 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 Peter Gay. I know Faces, I don't know if they still do it. Faces, you paid my fare when I came here, and I know that TPG, they refund you the fare when you get here. But I don't know if any pay no yearly fare. I have a primary degree, but I have been teaching at a secondary school. Am I still qualified? If you're going to be teaching, then you're going to have to be teaching in the area that you're certified in, and or the area that you're going to get your license in. All right. I know I was answering chit chat. I was saying something to somebody. Teach Savannah, you don't have to have the experience. And I was saying Teach Savannah is, I think, is in a different category from the programs. And with Teach Savannah, they're saying you don't need to have the experience, but you must have a first degree. How many grade levels are teachers required to teach in the US? You know, in Jamaica, teach 3 or 4 grade level. Now understand the question there. For 4 months at the secondary. All right, if your degree is in secondary and you want to teach primary, you have to get licensed in primary. You can get your license in whatever area you want it to be in because you're going to do an exam for in some cases. But if you're in Jamaica and you're teaching primary, but your degree is in secondary, they're going to be evaluating it, and more than likely you're going to get a license for the high school level. If you understand what I mean, correct? No experience necessary. Thank you, Jessica. No experience to teach in Teach Savannah. Yes, as long as you have your first degree with, yeah. Global playing fare for J1, but not J2. Okay, yeah. Definitely. Faces didn't pay the playing fare for my dependents either, only for me. One grade level UT. All right, let me tell you how they do the licensing here. You can be an early childhood trained teacher, meaning you have an early childhood license, and that allows you to teach kindergarten to grade 2. I don't know if that's what you're asking. Then you can be an elementary teacher and elementary. I know my elementary license say, I think 1 to 5, grade 1 to 5. And then the middle school, I am not sure how that works. And then high school, you have individual subjects that you're licensed to teach. So I don't know if it's that what you mean. In Jamaica, when we have a primary degree in Jamaica, we can teach primary grades and up to grade 9 at high school. And then if you have early child, we can teach up to grade 3 Jamaica. With them, it's basically the same according to the license. Early childhood is catered to, and then elementary and mine, it's a 1 to 5. Is a pay for the most of these programs reasonable compared to what we get paid? Is the pay? All right, talk about money now. The pay, first of all, in America, teachers are underpaid. And I know Diane can agree, they are underpaid. And so that's why most of the Americans don't want to go in the classroom. But because we look at it, Sandrine, you get paid equal. We get paid equal to them. We get the same pay as them, but we're still underpaid because it's not a lot of money. But when we look under the way you call it, the currency from here to Jamaica, enough money back home, and we can do things back home with it. But if you're here, what's the pay like? But if you're here, you want to make sure that you are living within your means. For example, you can't be getting $3,000 a month and expect that you're going to live in a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,700 a month, and then you're going to have light and water to pay. You understand what I mean? So the pay is according to your experience and your qualification. For example, I know in South Carolina, the starting pay rate is like 38,000 a year. So you have to divide that and see how much I'm going to get per month. And then maybe in Georgia, Georgia starting pay is more, maybe 44,000. Georgia start them pay level at 44,000 a year. And then in Texas, Texas pay more. They start, Dallas, Texas, they start theirs at 58,000, but Dallas, Texas expensive because it's a city. All right. So it depends on your qualification, the district that you're in, as Carol say, your years, and it. Yes, yes, Carol. Thanks for that answer. All right. Once you live within your means. Hey, I'm telling you this. When me just come, Dollar Tree was my best friend. Yes. Dollar Tree was my best friend. Who don't like that? Sorry. We benefit because we can send back, and as such, we can see what we. Yes, Diane. That we are talk about. But to spend the money here, it is yes. And French, yes. Flea market. Who watch my flea market video them? Yes. You have to be very smart and know how to use the money. Flea market, Dollar Tree, and also coupons. Old Navy, when I go in Old Navy, sometimes I spend cents and my bill long, my receipt long so because I have to try to find means and ways to make sure set close up on my back and I not spend all my money. So yeah, you have to smart. But to send it back home, you can see it. But if you're here and you're not smart, you're gonna spend out your money in a rent and light and water, and you're not gonna see nothing. Depends on where you live. Thrift store, yes, Diane. So all who got them stush and them dog got thrift store and them dog got flea market. All right. For them teaching program is something enough for you. Who will come and get them $3,000 and spend it up on light and then do well, that is your thing. But me, I have to live smarter. So me do it. All right, depends on where you live. All right, once you live within your means, definitely. Diane, you never used to go Dollar Tree. Everything for dollar. Very good point, Diane. When we send the money back home, we can see it and we can, if you know, check out Diane vlog, build a house that we always want to make. Diane have a YouTube channel where she tell us how she stay here and send her money back home and build her house. And not only that, stay not chat people business. Stay we should actually live and hook up our water up on our land and all them nice things there, but you can live within your means and you can eat food. Yes. So that's how you have to do it. And then send the money back home because at Jamaica where I go back anyway. All right, so that is it, guys. I don't see any more questions. We've been on for a while. Thanks for joining. If you have not liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, share. If you know other people are interested in getting the information, share the video with them. Like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed as yet. If you have any other topics you'd like to be discussed, put in the chat box. My question always not getting answered. What's your question, Latoya? Maybe because people are type, I missed it. Make allow Latoya to type her question. What was her question, Jessica? Oh, what was the question about housing? All right, when you just come, it is going to be like them going to ask you for some credit check before you can get house to rent. But most of the programs, yes, most of the programs, what they do is they maybe give you a letter or the school district give you a letter to take to if it is you're renting from a we call them place to know. You know the place where you rent house from. If you're renting from them, you will get a letter from your school district saying you're employed. And so your school district will give you that letter and also on the letter will say how much money I will get per year. And they use that to, rent to them house. Them use that to help you rent your house. When I come, I did not get that. I didn't need that because we were lucky to find somebody Because it's a small town, it's a country, them know so nobody can come to them local country and do them nothing. It's not like in a big city where people do whatever they want to do. And so the gentleman that lent us our house, he was a police officer, say no, say him no say money have to pay and him lend us without it. But other people who came after, because when I went to a real estate, they wanted proof and stuff like that. And we were going to get it from our school district, but because him came through before that, we didn't have to do that. But yes, your school district will give you a letter to show that you're working with them and how much money you're going to be earning, and that can be used to, get your house from the real estate. Jamila Allah was done on. Oh yeah, the program gave me a letter. Yes, Diane, the program gave you a letter. Do you have to buy a brand? No, you don't have to buy a brand new car. Oh, my friend. Listen, you don't have to buy a brand new car, because when you buy a brand new car, sweetie, you're going to pay some brand new money. Enough money a month time. Enough money a month time. When I just came, I bought a 2006. It was a Volkswagen Jetta, and I borrowed the money from Faces, the program, and the cost of the vehicle was, I think, $3,000 something. I will pay it back a little to Faces, right? Until I could, then I took out a newer car. And a lot of people, when they come, then buy a new car, and new car is enough money. You have a new car. I'm going to give you an example. If you're in 2016, I'm giving you an example experience. In 2016, and you took out a 2016 car, you're going to pay $500 for land tax every year until the mileage start go down on it. And also the insurance going to be a little more because, it's a new car. And then the payback for the car is going to run you, in some instances, $600 a month, $700 a month. You might find some will give you, depending on who you take the car through, if it's a credit union or the car. Definitely, if you take it through the car lot, you'll pay enough money a month time. So people budget on the money. Used car look good. Yes. Jamila Lateral, let's create a group. Yes, you can buy used car, good condition. Yes, my friends. Yes, Jessica, used car is the way we can do a WhatsApp group. Want to tell me what a WhatsApp group about now? Yes, so used car is the way. I had a used car. Used car. If you buy a new car, you just come. First of all, you don't know short you're gonna live. You don't know. You have other business Jamaica for pay. I know how you stay when me come with a whole business Jamaica for pay. Whole loan, because I didn't finish my masters and needed to pay that. Plus other money you borrow from JT and A Square, M Square, be real and know so we always borrow money. So all them something that me have to pay back. So me could buy a new car. Me could buy me could go do no whole listen, flea market. Simple. Flea market, thrift store. I mean I tell you, say, okay, I'm gonna thrift store to find new stuff. Open the eye and look. And Dollar Tree until you settle in, like, after a while you realize that, okay, me I manage my money now and me I cover my bills at Jamaica. Maybe can step up a little and start, But yeah, this is a whole new lifestyle change. Yeah. This everything is gonna be new. Oh, we're gonna share numbers. Yeah, you cannot share it here, so because maybe I don't know if it's share it here what gonna happen. If it go show. If somebody else watch the video, yes. If somebody else watching the video, they might see it. But yeah, guys, 18 people on, but I only see 18 likes. Please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put it there. If not, we can log off and we can come back on one next day. If there's something you'd like me to discuss, if there's something else you'd like me to discuss, let me know. Yes, I'm take 1 year and pay back 1.3 million to Chris and Charles and Quartz. Then the next year I'm gonna start. Yes, Diane. So you're here. Already. See? If me did there Jamaica, I couldn't pick. Every day I say it. But you don't know the Jamaican. If you come here for muggle and floss and say you're a foreigner and a foreigner live, it might be hard. Thank you, Steph, for the information videos. Thank you. You're welcome, Carol. Same name Jessica. Okay. Good night, girl. Big up your nice clean state. You're blessed. Wow, that awesome. Look here, if I not come here and things say, wanna come for bit finer and the most this and the biggest car and whatever, you might be rich, so you maybe can do it. But as Diane said, she take 1 year and pay for a 1.3 million loan. You have to have a goal. You have to know what is it that you came to do. Because as she said, if she was in Jamaica, she could have paid for that loan. It's not joke. When I did my master's at 800,000, me borrow from one bank at Jamaica. Maybe if me this is a Jamaica, I still owe them plus A square, M square, plus JTA, plus OS, so that let the teachers money. Tip all of them. Yeah, but I have to take my time and sort out what I have to sort out. So if you have a goal, you have to work on that goal. Take a look at time, Dollar Tree, thrift store, flea market. With my Old Navy, I did a video on that one long time ago. What I do was I took a Old Navy credit card, and what you find out every time you buy from Old Navy, you get back rewards. The rewards, sometimes I get a $80 rewards, $100. Go to the store and pick up some clothes. And when me a shop, a clearance me shop, my styrofoam cheap and clean. When me go to my store, my pit them tell me, say, them not for ask. If me and them go up on the mall, I'm going to say to them, say, me I go in a Old Navy. Them know exactly which partner only to find me. Marketplace is good to go. Yes. Them know exactly which partner only to find me. Don't have a big sign was a clearance. I don't know some me I got there. I remember me I find 9 stuff in a clearance. Then me I got the cashier, my whole heap of clearance clothes plus my rewards. And me I spend some cents, $1, $2, and come out to that big bag of clothes. Good. We have one store in here near City Trends. I'm going to City Trends. Like when the winter done, them time they go buy them something. You get them cheap, cheap, cheap. When winter done, like in the summertime. Right? So guys, yes, I'm still away for the other people to like the video. That is it. I don't see anybody want to talk about anything else in the coming weeks, but I know I'll get some other requests. I am coming shortly with the steps on how to apply for the Georgia license. I started that video already. It's just going to be edited. And basically, also the step of apply for your reciprocity. Well, okay, I'll call it name. Or you can apply for that license, your Georgia license. So, guys, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Yay, the likes are go up 17 now. 21 people online. But bye, all partner me, Yeah, Diane. Who are the banker, Diane? Who are the banker? And I ain't a partner. I wasn't a partner with a Jamaican girl. Really and truly, when Jamaicans them come, them never start out them things. Yes, 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 yes. All right, bye guys. Bye.